Hey everyone, Kevin from Rise for Homes here. What I'd like to do in this video is talk about Envato. Envato is a marketplace or a group of marketplaces that sell a lot of digital items online. They sell primarily to website developers and bloggers and things like that. The most famous ones, amongst WordPress users anyway, are ThemeForest and CodeCanyon, but they actually have 7 marketplaces in total. They also run VideoHive, AudioJungle, GraphicRiver, PhotoDune and 3D Ocean. Now what I want to talk about in this video is really about whether it's a bit risky buying a product from Envato. Now firstly what I'd say is Envato is a fantastic marketplace as far as the amount of items that are on sale, the variety of items that are on sale, and there's a lot of top quality, really high quality products that are being sold. Absolutely fantastic themes and plugins and things like that. Now that is not something I want to dispute, but there's also a large risk involved with it, and there's a number of reasons for that. Now, if you read my blog, you probably know that I've kind of got a love-hate relationship with them. More recently, for example, there was an example of why their support is so bad. The Envato treat their customers pretty badly, but they also treat affiliates terribly as well. I recently contacted, it was a few months ago now, but I contacted a developer and I said, your plugin looks great, would you like me to review it on my blog? Would you be able to send me like a demo of it and I can review it on my blog? And they must have clicked spam or something like that. They must have just thought it was a spam email. But it was the only way for me to actually contact the developer because the developer didn't actually have a website. So I sent the email and then they must have reported me as spam or something like that. And what happened was, Envato didn't contact me. What they did was just close down my account. Now, my account is someone, I'm someone who's been registered with him for 7-8 years as an affiliate. I generate hundreds of dollars in commissions because I've been referring products through my websites for years. And rather than contact me, rather than speak to me, they just closed down my account. I then had to practically beg for them to activate it again. And since then, I've been a little bit reluctant to promote them on my website. I've been a little bit reluctant to talk about them. But it's hard to do that. And the reason why it's hard to do that is I'm involved with WordPress. I love the WordPress platform. And whether I like it or not, about 90% of the premium WordPress product market is on Envato. You're talking about at least 90%, I think, in my opinion, about premium themes, premium plugins. All the best, not all the best, sorry, but a large percentage of the WordPress themes that are available, premium WordPress themes are available on Envato. So at the moment they have, as I'm recording this, they have over 6,247 WordPress themes, and there's about 4 or 5 themes added every day. And the same goes with CodeCanyon as far as WordPress products. There's currently 4,237 premium plugins. They've pretty much got the premium market sold up, and there's very few competitors. I mean, Mojo Themes and that, I've got a couple of themes, and you've obviously got independent websites selling themes as well. But the sheer volume of traffic going to Envato means that more people, more developers are actually going to ThemeForest to sell, because even if they get a smaller cut, the traffic that is available to them means that they can make so much more money. So even sellers that don't like Envato, they're getting attracted to the Envato marketplaces. So I've kind of, as I say, I've got a kind of love-hate relationship with them. After they kind of closed my account, I was a little bit reluctant to buy anything from them again. I didn't really want to give them any money, if I'm honest. But then I get drawn back, and the reason is there's so many good plugins that I love, that I want to use, and so many good themes out there that you're kind of forced to in a way, A lot of like for example, I recently started using Visual Composer on my blog, and I bought an extension for it. And you have to buy them from CodeCanyon. There's no other place to buy them from. You can't buy them individually. Now there's a lot of page builders, alternative solutions out there. I've reviewed dozens of them over the years. But Visual Composer, there's hundreds of extensions for it. So I really wanted that versatility that offered. So it's kind of forced back. But as I said, to get back to my original point, there's a lot of risk involved with buying a product from Envato, and first and foremost would be support. The support from the Envato marketplace is very poor. I mean, basically what happens is when you buy a product through ThemeForest or CodeCanyon, you're getting 6 months of support. Used to be unlimited support, but they've limited to 6 months now, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Excuse me. You get 6 months of support from the seller. The problem is sometimes the support from that seller is bad. In the situations when the support has been bad, you then go to Envato and say, listen, what's up? They're not supporting me. Can I get a refund or whatever? Excuse me. Unfortunately, whenever I've done that in the past, the support from Envato has been pretty terrible. You practically have to beg for your money back, you know. And you're not talking about a lot of money. A lot of these products are only getting bought for a couple of dollars. But it's the principle of the thing, you know, it's the principle of the fact that you've paid money for a product and then the product doesn't work. And then they say, well, have you spoke to the developer? And you're like, everyone spoke to the developer and they're not fixing it. So the support isn't good. So that is one issue. But that is not a slight on the sellers. You have to give props to all the sellers out there that do give good support. So when I'm talking about Envato not giving support, I'm primarily talking about bad sellers, and I'm talking about Envato themselves not giving refunds or making it difficult to get a refund. You need to admit the fact that there's a lot of good sellers on the Envato marketplaces, and they do offer amazing support. So that's not really about them. The problem is it can be a bit of a crapshoot when it comes to support. You can really help your odds, help your chances if you buy a product that's got, you know, thousands of downloads, it's got a lot of ratings, then chances are you're going to get good support. You can look at previous comments and you can see whether they're offering good support. If you buy a new product though, it's really a crapshoot. Apologies, I keep coughing here. Now, the other issue after support, I would say, would be quality. Now, when you buy a ThemeForest product, I'll just bring this up. Okay, it says here, quality check by Envato, future updates, 6 months of support. Now, this is something that I've always kind of had a problem with. They say that quality has been checked by Envato. I don't know what they do. I don't know what rules or guidelines they follow to ensure that the quality is good, but the fact is, a lot of the products that are released, specifically new products that have been released and haven't been updated, the quality is not there. You know, I have reviewed a huge amount of plugins and themes over the years. I've probably tested thousands, and a lot of the time, you know, you'll buy a theme or a product, and I'll test it on a WordPress installation, and it won't work. You know, it clashes. There's errors coming up here, and there's just all these conflictions, and the plugin doesn't do what it says it should do. Now this is when you go back to the seller and you say, listen, your plugin's not working. Sometimes they go, sorry, we'll fix it. But a lot of the time they'll say, no, it's working, the plugin is working fine. It's just you don't understand it or you're not doing it properly. And you then have to fight with Envato to get a refund and all that. Like I said before, the quality of support isn't good. But I've tested so many themes from ThemeForest and CodeCanyon, and I've bought them perhaps within the first month or two since the release, and I've yet to find a product that hasn't got bugs. Now that is not a major problem. Like a small bug or here or there isn't a major issue. You know, I'm someone who does a lot of writing online, spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes, that kind of thing, that grammatical mistakes, they're always going to slip into my writing. It's just the nature of, you know, when you're writing a lot, these things happen. You don't have time to proofread them or edit them as much as you would like. And I'm sure the same thing goes with coders and designers and things like that. But some of these errors are huge, and it makes you wonder, why did the seller not notice that these issues were there, and why did Envato not notice that these errors were there? Why did they just approve it and let people sell it? It's kind of like the strategy that Microsoft and a lot of other big companies used to have years ago, where they would just, like, you know, they would just let a product go out, call it beta, and then just let the audience report, all the users report the errors, and then they can fix it from there. So they're really releasing a damaged product, a broken product that isn't really working properly, but they need that to get user feedback. That isn't always the case, but there's such a high percentage of sellers that do that it's quite worrying. And again, as I say, the worrying thing is that it's got this quality check by Envato, and it just isn't the case. But that is what you have to deal with when you're buying themes through Envato. Now, the other thing that I was wanting to talk about was, as I mentioned before, the smash and grab. Basically, the sellers, they really need to make a product a success from the beginning. The marketplace is full of themes and products and images, all these other related products. You need to get it selling well from the beginning. Now, if you upload a product to ThemeForest and it doesn't sell well in the beginning, then chances are it's never going to sell well and you're never going to make money from it. So what a lot of designers will do is they'll just pull the product. Now that, from a buyer's perspective, is very, very worrying. It's very worrying. A lot of these people, they'll just dump the product altogether. Some of them will move to their own website and start selling it there. But I'll show you the problem with this. So, this is my downloads page. Now this is a list of all the products I've purchased through the Envato marketplaces. Now you can see here, WordPress wiki theme, download not available, and the reason being, let's see here, the item is no longer available. It's been pulled. Now that was a very popular theme as well. A lot of people were using that, so a lot of people were in the same boat as me. Another thing here, download button's not available, product affiliator not available, gallery pro 2 for 1, future blogger, and I've go to my second page. Excuse me. So again, there's another WordPress theme not available, another WordPress theme not available. Now these are the themes that I've probably paid $50, $60 for. That theme is not available. Better Recent Post Widget Pro. Thankfully I've got a copy about that from that. That is a Pippin Williamson plugin and it's still fantastic, so I'm glad that still works. Sticky Social Bar not available. Repro not available. A Personal Blog WordPress theme, I used that at one point, that is not available. And even some of these themes are a little bit older, but even newer themes. Now this one, Magazine, I was using this for my website Martial Arts Videos, and that has been pulled now, which means that I'm now a little bit lost with that website because I'm going to have to change everything from the ground up because that theme is not supported anymore, which means that every time I upload to the latest version of WordPress, get here, I'll just set you up right. So yeah, this theme here, Magazine, I was using this for my website martialartsvideos.com, and the problem is now that's been removed. So every time now that I update to the latest version of WordPress, which I need to do from a security point of view, from a usability point of view, there's always a risk that the theme is going to clash with it, and that's very risky, and it means that eventually I'm going to have to just change the whole structure of the website. So I hate tying the success of a website to a WordPress theme, but you kind of have to in a way if you want to find something that works. The problem with all this is, you know, if you don't download the update, you know, you always download the updates and try and back them up, but if you don't download the latest update, then you can be left with a version of the theme that is broken. So the theme's broken, then you go and try and go back to the seller and say, well, why is this not working? I want to get this fixed, and then the theme's gone, the developer's gone, nothing's there, you can't download the theme, you can't do anything. You've lost everything. So it's a big problem with that. Now, I can empathise with Envato because if a company doesn't want to sell a product anymore, what are they going to do? They can't force them to provide support. They can't force them to continue to develop the product. But what I would like to see them doing is make the downloads still available. Make the last version of that product that you purchased, that you were eligible to download, that should be made available. And I also think that there should be some sort of, I'd like to see the WordPress community respond positively to this, and then see other people help each other, and really just use the GPL license and develop themes that have been dropped, popular themes, and ensure that they continue to be developed. Because when these sellers sell themes for $50, $60, sometimes $65, and then they just drop them after a couple of months, they're leaving a lot of website owners in a bad position. So that is another reason why I think it's very risky to buy products from Envato. As I said, going back to what I said in the beginning, you know, there's always going to be that draw towards their marketplaces. They have thousands upon thousands of WordPress themes and plugins. They've got thousands of images and things like that. The issue of items being removed from the marketplace is less of an issue with images and things like that, because you can just download them and they're never going to be updated. But with plugins and themes, that is a big problem. You see these themes that, you know, the release date and the last update are the same. You know, the dates are the exact same, which basically means someone's uploaded the theme and then just dropped it. And that's also a worry as well. They really should be encouraged to try and update themes and plugins as much as they can. But it really is the nature of the marketplace. It's a bit cutthroat. It's a bit too competitive in a way, you know, because if a theme, if any product, theme, plugin or otherwise, is not successful, then the seller just goes, and it leaves customers like myself and all WordPress users and website owners, it leaves them in a bad position. It leaves them out of pocket, really. So I'm not saying not to use Envato. There are amazing products on the Envato marketplaces, but my personal opinion is you need to be cautious when you're buying products from there, and you need to recognise that if you buy a new theme, a new plugin, or anything that's just newly been released, whether it be, you know, a video or anything, there's always that risk that the seller will just drop the product if it's not, you know, if it doesn't sell well, the seller might just drop off and they might just go away because it's not profitable for them to support it. So to be safe, go with sellers that have got a lot of sales, and go with sellers that have got a good rating and are actively responding to comments. But just be aware that that's still no guarantee that the product won't be removed. Like some of the products there that I've purchased and I can't download anymore, those were popular themes, but the sellers just decided to move on. So I'd love to hear your opinion on this. If you've bought from Envato before, which I'm sure a lot of you have, please let me know what you think about it. Do you think it's too risky buying from them? Would you buy from them again? Please do leave a comment below on Rise Forums or on YouTube. And if you haven't already done so, please do subscribe to the channel. If you've got time, share the video, like the video, do all that, and I'll try and get some more videos out to you over the next week or so, and I'll cover some more things that are on my mind. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next time, take care.